legendary stadiums in all of sports. This one where Hala Madrid has been sung on the way to more victories and championships than most teams can count. And now the Spanish crowd welcoming in the type of football played across the Atlantic Ocean. Almost 80,000 of our closest friends here today joining us in Madrid's Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Today we're ready for an entertaining battle between the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Madrid. D'Eskridge to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. I know you love this guy, Brock, a fellow lefty like you, now in his 6th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Unfortunately, those injuries returned last season. Katie played his fewest games since his rookie season 11. It was pretty obvious, too. Those Dolphins, 6-5 with him, 2-4 without him. He's a difference maker.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count.
Holding offense.
Such an exciting play lost because of that penalty. And this offense now left to think of their next call as they make the long walk back down the field. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Brings up 2nd down at the 36-yard line.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Tua now from the gun. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
It's now 3rd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Some movement there before the snap. Right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
False start. Offense.
So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6.
Still 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 5 for him after the penalty. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty.
Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 3rd down.
Well, the call helps, but still a 3rd down to figure out now. Here's Tua on the seat. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming off.
Come on, Kate.
No gain on the
Put me in. One play, one time. I may have retired back in 04, but I could pick up a couple inches on that sneak. Astounding that call did not turn into a 1st down. Come on, boys.
Jake Bailey.
Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led by the 2nd overall pick a decade ago out of the University of Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
It's on the in route. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely
Personal
against
foul.
the defense.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, in it for the first time. And what a big play that was on first down, but we also have a flag that might be coming back.
Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Drive starts with an option, right side. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Ashton Davis there on the stop. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. The entire playbook is open here, Brock. It is 2nd and inches. First carry of the game now for the rookie out of Arizona. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down is going to end up in a loss of yards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Mariota. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Possibly an early indicator of where they're going to want to go when they want important yards, Brock. Didn't need that much on 3rd down, but they chose to throw for it instead of run it.
Yeah, one of the things about that down and distance is you typically get man-to-man coverage. So I don't mind that call being aggressive, but you got to find a way to execute.
The Dolphins take
so
over.
Miami headed out for its 2nd drive of the game.
20-yard line.
And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. They'll start the drive with a chance. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Tua off the play fake. Escapes the pocket. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
It's a gain of 8. And the Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
That's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
H.A. 1st down carry. Will be yard at most there, and 2nd down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they're going to bring him down pick up a 14 yards as the chains reset.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Waddle now in motion right. H-Chan here. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And it's 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd down.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Lofts it deep right side. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Roughing the passer, defense.
3rd down stop. They were walking off the field, but that offense, Brock, that offense didn't move. They saw roughing the passer, and they are ready to continue this drive. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Flush out now to his left. And good business decision there as he comes up at the end of it. Give him around 7 and give this offense now 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Going on 3rd, Tagovailoa. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Holding, offense.
Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Riley Patterson ready for the field goal try. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. On the counter, Kelsky Merritt. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Throwing is Mariota. He's on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Extra DB out there for the Fins. 3rd down. Back to throw, Mariota. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Jack Jones has got it. And the Dolphins take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame.
Intercepted.
Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And Tagovailoa hits the turf, sliding down after picking up the first.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, here's Tua. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
2nd down carry for A.J. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackle made by Trey Amos.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time the plant was closed.
Jake Bailey
on the punt.
For the Dolphins.
And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pin. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Rough start to this set of downs. Now 14 to go on 2nd. Mariota to throw. It's caught. This is Jacory Krosky-Merritt. And he's nearly going to get the first down, Brock. It looks like this one makes it up to about the 21-yard line.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
There he is on 3rd and short. It's a big strike downfield to Samuel. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
He goes right back to Samuel. And he's going to be hit, set out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, run for Koski-Merritt. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first.
17 yards.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Now Mariota. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Heads out on the bootleg. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Well, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He's in trouble and the Dolphins get it. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
So on 4th down, on comes Matt Gay to try the field goal for the Commanders. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. By this point, partner, they're through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. And left, here's A-Chan. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. A-Chan again on 2nd. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. Here's a screen for A-Chan. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and more importantly, to stop it.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Commanders set to take over. And it's been a very slow start offensively. Let's see if this drive is the one they can break through and put up the game's first points. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Into the hands of his running back, Krosky Merritt. This one gets to the 22. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They're not going to give him the inch on this second down play. Good job containing that run right at the line.
Boy, is it tough to fool this defense with how well they read and react to these plays. Held the line, and the QB keeper gets nada.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Third and long for him here. Out to his right, hits a screen. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. There's A-Chain up the middle. Has good room at the 35. 40. Devon A-Chain. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins go up 6-0 here in the first. Devon A-Chain with the touchdown.
You saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen. When they just get to celebrate, they love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
Riley Patterson on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Commanders nothing.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First call here coming from the shotgun. They send Samuel Wright. Starting on the ground here, Krosky Merritt. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Give him 4 yards there, and now we'll bring up 2nd and 16.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Jalen Lane, the one he was looking for. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Able to find Ertz. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Complete to number 86.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So they bring Tressway back out there for another punt. Malik Washington will return this for the Dolphins.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. It's Achane on the inside again. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
Down at the 30-yard line.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. For the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Achane again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset. Probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Man in motion here. Tagovailoa on 1st down. To the left side, it's pulled in by Waddle. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line.
It's a loss of 2.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yards play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa. We've got a screen to the running back. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45.
It's a
Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
At that down the distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Putting a receiver in motion. Going play action. Tagovailoa. Caught by Washington, left side. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it. 3rd down.
Well, he saw his
Brings up
guys
third
pick up the
down.
blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Tagovailoa keeping it on the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
It's a gain of 2.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Handoff running left. It's a chance. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Tua now from the gun. Brought in. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
3rd and just 2 to go. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? So the penalty is going to back him up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for 3rd down. Backed up by an unforced error, and this is 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's 4th down.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
The Commanders take over first.
Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Run it out of the pistol. Krosky Merritt. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
Cool thing about a drive-starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They're going to run it in here with Krosky Merritt. Hop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
A gain of 9 yards.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Takes the hand down. And the Dolphins are going to get to him. He is dropped. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity in any success for an offense.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Third down from the gun. Lobs this up left sideline, looking for something big. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Offense.
Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run third down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up fourth down. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. The Dolphins send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's a handoff for Achane. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Man in motion, headed right. And stick with Achane. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. They call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end block. It's third down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
We know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
False start, offense.
A costly false start penalty as third down becomes much more difficult to convert as they back it up 5. So after the false start penalty, they're left with 3rd and 8. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Incomplete.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give them some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
He was brought down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Merritt on his own read. Looks away from one. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. A gain of 27 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
And the Commanders' first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing off the play fake. But it looks like someone from the Commanders got to that one. They'll keep the football. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Playing the motion man. Mariota. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Tressway on the punt.
For the Commanders.
And he's been one of the players of this game. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20.
At their own
the Dolphins send running back Devon Achane getting back to work. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35.
It's a gain of 14
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's good for a
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
Hand it off to Achane. Even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now Achane. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
He was taken down by Quan Martin. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
It's a nickel look from the Commanders. 3rd down. They'll throw. 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that 10.
They were in their defensive meetings this week. That's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
For the Dolphins, readying for the punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today.
Washington will
the
take
Commanders and running
10.
back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Sending a receiver left. Krosky-Merritt gets it from the gun. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle.
Taken down at the 22.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Running once again, Wilkowski Merritt. Just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third down, 1 yard to go. They've got a man in motion. It's Krosky Merritt on 3rd. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They strike for 23 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
Kid, I want you and the audience to imprint that play in your mind. When you hear me or any announcer say, oh, he's running downhill. Oh, get running downhill. Oh, you want to hit it downhill. That right there, that was running downhill.
They send it out wide to Samuel. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
And the Washington first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
Nichols, the ball carrier.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Mariota. In trouble now, and the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try to salvage something. And that right there is why the coach didn't never give up on the play, Brock. Recover the fumble, and he's able to get him the first down, too.
Fumble on the play.
This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The Commanders facing a deficit near the break. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
On the keeper.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
2nd down, David Krosky Merritt. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
He was taken down behind.
Give some credit to the defense on
scrimmage.
that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
It's been an 8-play drive, and on play number 9 now, 9 is what they need on 3rd down. Space to the left, and he's finally hauled down at the 12. Give him an even 10 yards on the play, and the Commanders will have a first.
First down,
This dude
Washington.
just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. He's going to keep it this time. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
On the pickup. Brings up 2nd down at the 9-yard line.
Second down now. They need 7. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. Third down coming up.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Mariota. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. Now they're staring at a fourth down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Gay's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
It's only 3 points, and they're going to still trail at halftime, but every little bit helps. And I'll tell you this as well. It also helps maybe later in the game. You got a fourth quarter clutch kick. To have that confidence built, that's important.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Eskridge on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Dolphins offense returning to the field a final time before the half. And leading just 7-3, might be better to take a knee and take the lead into the locker room. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Yep, as expected. They go to the ground to start this one off. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
And the Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. We are back, and this one's shaping up to be an exciting one. Very close game, Brock, as we start our third quarter. Wish we had more, Brock, but still a couple of quarters left to play here in Madrid as we are underway in our second half. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Escapes the defender. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Commanders and running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Ball at the 33 for first down. And they're going to throw out of the gun. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43.
It's a gain
they get
of
an
10.
even 10 on that
First
play.
down,
and that'll be good for a Washington first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Now Mariota. Lost control of another one. But it looks like someone from the Commanders got to that one. They'll keep the football. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Mariota to throw. Short pass, Bryant. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Dolphins bring out a fifth defensive back on third. Rolling from the gun here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
The Dolphins take over.
Miami set to take over once again on offense.
20-yard line.
And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. First down. Here's Tua. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down.
Brings up second and
it sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They run the counter to H.N. Has some daylight through the 40. And he has him right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. They pick up 20 yards there.
It's a gain of 20.
And it'll be first down, Miami.
That's good for a Dolphins.
Hey, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during the game. And that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, and head the other way for a big run.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
He's going to pay off this first down run with a nice pickup of 9.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Tagovailoa, quick throw, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
We like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. First carry now. This is Ollie Gordon. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
At the 9-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Tagovailoa. Caught just shy of the goal line. And in for the Miami touchdown! The Dolphins push their lead further to start the half. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Dolphins drive their lead to 11.
Commanders 3.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mariota now. Big yards on the right side. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it up.
Obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achan. He'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, the casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Free play here. Let's see what he does. Lobs this deep down the middle. Well, they saw someone jump. They took their shot deep. Didn't get the connection, but they got the call. 35 yards coming with them. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still 2nd down.
After the penalty, just 4 yards to go here on 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. for now. It brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run third down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up fourth down. Punt team on the field. And this is going to put them up to 6 punts today. The Commanders set to take over. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here, Kromsky-Merritt. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Washington.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Back to throw, Mariota. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. So the good work to defend the pass canceled out by a mistake in the pass rush as they get him for roughing the passer. Gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
That's a case where defensively you've got to keep your eyes in the backfield and be ready if they go with that drop play. Even an extra second to react, well, it gives them room for a gain just like that.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Good reaction to the RPO. They're going to get to him behind the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Oh, he's going to run for it. He wisely avoids contact. Sliding down there. That played good enough for a first.
And the Washington first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll throw. Getting out to his left. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Robinson on the
positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, he didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. He gets it ahead, lines up with about 3. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. They'll air it out on 3rd. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
3rd down stop. They were walking off the field, but that offense, Brock, that offense didn't move. They saw roughing the passer, and they are ready to continue this drive. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Throwing is Mariota. Completed left side to Samuel. He drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Samuel. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play of it as they get set for 3rd and 6. Mariota. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Now, after that snap, there's an injured Dolphin still out there. So we're going to get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. On now is Matt Gay to try this Commander's field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left.
25-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Dolphins 14.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here comes Malik Washington. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. Miami offense headed out there now. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
1st down run gets them 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Encroachment, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the 1st.
Automatic 1st down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. It's H.A. the inside give. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. H.A. again. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
Gain of 6.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. I'm looking for that to be called again.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. Taken by Lewis hits. The ball is out. And the Commanders pick this one up. That return finally ends. Broncos, they take it all the way back into the red zone.
And there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away from you. time, get the ball back. Well, they get the ball back with a little extra bonus on that return as well.
The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We've got to see what this flag is all about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They waited a little extra second there, didn't they? Maybe a little bit of a taunt to the other sideline, Brock, before they declined that call. That touchdown's going to stand.
All good in love and football. just a good little penalty taunt.
That penalty is declined.
Dan Quinn never afraid to take a risk. His guy's going for 2.
The Commanders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Forward on the ground.
The attempt
Oh, and he
at the
can't
2-point
shake the
conversion
defense.
is
They track him
good.
down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
14.
Well, I know we
Commanders,
normally look for
12.
where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Washington now to return. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Intended for
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
From the 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Here's a screen for Achane. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. Try the middle with Gordon. Great work there to avoid the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there.
The line of scrimmage.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins push this to an 8-point game. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins push the lead to 2 scores now.
Commanders 12.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense.
Their own 22-yard
They sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Intended for Zach
Trying to find his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer. Extend plays. Be creative. Try different things. Because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Back to throw. Mariota has a man. It's Ertz. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
A 2-yard gain.
There's no question, Kate, with the big plays down the seam or big tight ends, a fan favorite. But it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Third and long for him here. Rolling left, buying some time. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Washington.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. Call it 70 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd down, looking for options. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I don't mind that scramble at all, Kate. It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. I'll say this as well, like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as a quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. He keeps it himself. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Rusty Merrick gets him from the gun. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. And he drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he stopped for a loss of yardage.
Bradley Chubb on the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd down.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Commanders football, and they need to get to work here. They're trailing late. Second down now, 7 to go. They'll go play action. Looking for his back, but he will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up third down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
All right, they need 7 here on third down on what is the 9th play of this drive. Throw here, third down. He's in trouble, and the Dolphins get it. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face fourth down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
They're out now, ready to punt it. It'll be Tress Way doing the honors. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30.
At their own 30-yard
Offense
line.
returning to the field now for the Dolphins. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. First and 10 now from the 30. With Achan here for the gun. Able to take this to about the 35. That's a gain of 5 on the play.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Second down carry for Achan. Running down the left side. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22, and it'll be first down Miami.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape forward.
Out to Gordon. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. And stick with Achan. So they only manage a yard following the penalty. We've got second and 4.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. Brings up second down.
Second and 3 now. They send the tight end in motion. Switching it up here. It's hung by the low blow. Here's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Five DBs out there for the Commanders on third. throw. 3rd and long. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Commanders have some new life in the 4th. And as they celebrate the turnover, we're going to shift our focus to one of his teammates who appears to be injured following that play. Team staff heading out to look at him now. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. From the gun, on for Merritt. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, in the transition from the college game to the pro game. I'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the 1st down play.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Running back sent in motion. From the red zone now. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Nearly a big play by the safety, and I guess you could still say it was, but it benefits the offense as he gets called for roughing the passer. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. He's going to keep it this time. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
On the scramble. Brought down at the 2-yard line. A 12-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now we get to a very interesting call on 3rd down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error? Just a single yard to go.
He's going to keep this one. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On now is Matt Gay to try this Commander's field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Tracking for it, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Eskridge on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And this group feeling a little urgency to make the most of this one, Brock, after they threw that interception the last time out.
Yeah, we know there's no more predictive stat in the NFL than giving the ball away. Now, we walk that fine line as a quarterback. You can't play timid and scared to make a mistake, but you know You can't put the ball again in the other team's hands.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And now they face second down.
It's now second
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Another try from the 25. It's second and 10. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still second down.
Now the defense did have to work for them on that previous play, Brock. So just 5 yards to go now on second following the flag. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So keep that second and short play in your back pocket. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Play.
First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Intended for
Trying to find Jalen Waddle. So it's second down coming up.
Well,
even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there's going to be more interceptions.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Complete to Julian Hill.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
6 yards to go here. It's third down. To the air on third and long. And the Commander's rush brings him down. And that set brings the offense to fourth down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up fourth down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
Punting unit out now.
Formation for
Jake
the Dolphins.
Bailey's going to kick it away.
Washington
Out
takes
comes the
over
Commander
first and
offense
10
for another series.
at their own
And they settled
20-yard
for a chip
line.
shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes first and 10. Mariota. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. He hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Throwing off the play fake. He's skipping it. Loses it again. But it looks like someone from the Commanders got to that one. They'll keep the football.
Recovered by the offense.
Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed, dropping the ball back.
Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
A gain of 15.
That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
First down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Right side, quick pass, complete. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Mariota to throw. Steps up, and he's running with it. And that short gain is enough for a new set it down.
The tackle made by
Trust. Kate, it is such a big part of playing the quarterback position. Yeah, you got to trust you can make the right reads in the passing game, but sometimes these little runs that just get that first down, it gains further equity, further trust with your play caller, and most importantly, gives you a first down for the offense.
First down, play action. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush. It came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Mariota. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Intended for Jalen
That one
Lane.
intended for Jalen Lane. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he'll try to hit this one well. Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. So that's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down, ball at the 36. There's a chain at the middle. Middle was crowded, so he found some daylight outside. Look at that. That's a 9-yard gain.
He was brought down at the 45-yard
Danger,
line.
I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. Etienne again on 2nd. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Pickup of 2 here. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Good for a Dolphins.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
They send a man in motion. On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Caught by Westbrook Akine. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Complete to
Every once in a while,
Westbrook
it's fine to be
Akine.
conservative on first down,
It's a
especially
pickup
when
of
you get
3.
enough to stay on
Brings up
schedule and get a little
second and
something coming
7
out of it, too.
At the 50-yard line.
Second down now. They need 7. Out of the gun. Tagovailoa. Has it in close. Gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
There's no negatives
gain of
ever on a
3.
grade sheet for a
Brings up
completion, but that's one of those
3rd and
situations.
4.
If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending
Automatic
first and
first
10.
down.
A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Hopkins isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack off 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Man in motion here. At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side. Just couldn't get outside quick enough to take that D-line out of the picture. And one of those guys impressively got on the edge and caught him.
You know what's scary in this game today, Kate? When you watch the combine and you watch these 280-pound DNs that run like 4.6.
Yeah.
I am really thankful I don't play quarterback in today's game.
He's back to throw. Oh, he puts an air under this one, right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And this will stick him back a ways. That punt hits and jumps out of bounds near the 14. The Commanders are headed back out there now, led by Marcus Mariota. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Running back, motioning right. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And it sets up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and
Hey,
10.
listen, drops happen in football. It is a part of the game, even for the very best. Nothing more to do about it now than shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be coming right back your way.
Back to the air they go on 2nd down. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
He goes right back to Samuel. That short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
A gain of a
Those
yard.
kind of completions are
It's
so
now
frustrating,
4th down.
Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
In punt
On
formation
now
for
comes
the
their
Commanders.
punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. The Miami offense headed out there now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Waddle now in motion right. On 1st down, they're going to start out with a 10. We'll take this for about a yard. It's going to be 2nd down. The Commanders take a timeout. It's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
And 9 at the 21-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Avoid. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
And it's 3rd down.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line. 3rd down. Looking to throw. Taken in by Hill, right side. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Feet nice, Kate. Feet nice. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
So out now comes the punter. They could really use a good one here. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback.
At their own 20-yard
the Commanders
line.
all set to regain possession. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ertz reels it in. He hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3 now. He looked to throw it. It could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. They bring Westbrook-Akine in motion left. They're going to pass it here. Connects on the crosser. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
Up 3rd down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They'll take a knee here as that clock approaches the 40 seconds remaining mark. So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And we're off and running from Madrid. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. Bringing them out to the 2nd overall pick back in 2015 out of Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
I know quarterbacks of this ilk sure excite their teammates. They love to see his explosion and that speed come to life. I also know this, Kate, that defensive coordinator on the other side, he did not sleep good all week long, knowing he could do everything right, have the right call. But that QB speed is a difference maker.
Looking to throw right away. And his first pass falls incomplete. Brock throw was on target. Gotta help your guy out early in the game, right?
Yeah, it's not on the quarterback. I think we can all see that was a catchable ball. But I've got a feeling he'll volunteer to take some of the blame anyway. That's just the way he's wired.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. This is Jacory Crosby-Merritt getting it for the first time. And they're all the way across midfield before he was brought down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
25 yards.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Running once again with Crosby-Merritt. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Design bootleg here. The left side is caught by Sinnott. They follow up the penalty with a gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now Mariota. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. It's caught by McLaurin. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
It's a gain of 6.
Double coverage, a deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
An early jump of the flags
Neutral
come
zone
in. I
infraction.
think this is going to go against the defense. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Only need about the length of the football, maybe a touch more on this 2nd and inches. They're going to run again here with Crosby Merritt. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. He has it on the QB sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
23-yard line. A gain of
Love the
1
way they
yard.
decided to keep the drive moving,
First
Brock,
down,
pounding it forward,
Commanders.
setting an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know, successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
Crosby Merritt, first down. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down.
Dodson on the tackle.
Made it all look so simple,
No
didn't he?
gain on
That
the play.
linebacker sorting
Second
right through the
and
traffic,
10.
finding the
At
runner.
the 23-yard
That's
line.
instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Mariota. And the Dolphins are going to get to him. He is dropped. And that may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game. And that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Third and long for him here. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They send him left out of the slot. Ooh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Crosby Merritt can't push it across. They make the stand. Looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
Brought down right
Oh, so
at the line of
aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Cross-game it again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
The score, Commanders 7, Dolphins nothing.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff.
Kickoff for Washington.
Here comes Malik Washington. This makes it up to the 25.
Dolphins take over first and
So the
10.
Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
I've heard from many of Tua's peers in the league that there's just not a more accurate guy. If you wanted to just do an accuracy test in the NFL, yeah, Tua's going to hit that target as much as anybody in the league. Avoiding injury and being available is really the only question mark now in Tua's career.
Quick to the air is Tagovailoa. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Intended for Jalen
Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel
Incomplete.
pretty important that they come up with an answer for that
defended by
touchdown, but
Frankie Louvu.
not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Opening carry for Devontae Chan. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
It's a nickel look from the Commanders. 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Mariota now. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Cross-Q Merritt gets it from the gun. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 26-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
On the tackle. A gain of 7. First down, Washington.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Back to throw, Mariota. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Run it out of the pistol. Krosky Merritt. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jack Jones making that tackle.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down here. Need 8 on the play. Throw here. 3rd down. This is hauled in by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They go play action on 1st down. Now here he goes.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had here, no matter what he did with the ball.
2 yards.
Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here we go. They're running for Krosky Merritt. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. Air it out on 3rd. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Roughing the passer, defense.
3rd down stop. They were walking off the field, but that offense, Brock, that offense didn't move. They saw roughing the passer, and they are ready to continue this drive. Loose tackle there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. So let's examine this play. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Send it out wide to Samuel. And he's going to be run out of bounds. A nice game, but this is why you don't want to be playing for behind the sticks, right? It is still 2nd down coming up.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Give it to Krosky Merritt. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the tackle. 1st and goal, Washington.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Going to the ground again on 1st. With some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Running backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Mariota to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Intended for Zach Ertz.
That's one he knows he should have had. now it'll be third and goal.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those drops.
Anticipating the pass, defense out there in dime. It's third and goal. Here he goes, third and long. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. So they get dinged for the holding. Gotta wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for third down. Mariota. Has a man, it's Ertz. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, you know this, Brock. Even on a trick play, roughing the passer still applies to whoever's throwing that football, and it comes into play right there.
Yeah, you're the one who sniffs it out, made that trick play, and you know it. Like, you feel so good about it. But then you got to remember, it's not just the QBs that can get roughed. When you hit a guy that late, he too has that same kind of protection.
Brings up second.
It's a gain of 7, and that brings up second and goal. Here's an option play right side. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss. Back to the 3.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Back to the 3 after that last play. It's third and goal. Back to throw. Mariota. And it's incomplete on third and goal.
Incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So on fourth down, on comes Matt Gay to try the field goal for the Commanders. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. Gay's kick is good. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Commanders
Well, how about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point. And 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff.
Washington.
Eskridge to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their second drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Dolphins just about set up here. First and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Cut out left. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's going to be third and short coming up.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. And that one is incomplete. There's a flag down. If someone was across
Defense.
that line, this could end in a first down after all. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Automatic first down.
Got him to jump, and it gets him a first down. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. Give him a full 40 on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
That's another Dolphins first down.
This defense did the best they could to track him as he ran all the way across the field, but eventually, you're just going to lose him. And that's when a completion was made and turned it into a significant gain.
Here's Tua again. Here's a screen for Achane. He dodged the tackle. And for the Movers, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag.
Holding offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Running it after the penalty. No big play this time, Rob. That stop made right at the line of scrimmage.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Tua out of the pistol. He'll step up, and there he goes. They have a little, not a lot. Ball to about the 25. Stopped by the future Hall of Famer. More All-Pro nods than any active defender. It's Bobby Wagner.
Third down and
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And the defender comes away with it. Jonathan Jones makes the play.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here, Kronsky Merritt. And having gained about a handful there. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Mariota. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now pressure coming. Makes the grab in bounds offside. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. The Commanders have an early lead. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Samuel comes in motion left. Escapes out to the left.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Offense still line. This is 2nd and 4. Giving this to Krosky-Merritt. And they bring him down after what he thought was a great game, but officials are saying he had some extra help. They got a flag down. Think this might be a hold, partner. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no. It's got to come back. Now they send their back in motion right. It's caught. This is Corey Krosky-Merritt. He won't have any room after that quick pass. Well covered by the defense. That play loses yards.
A loss of 2 yards.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down. Looks like at the 32-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Down,
Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Throwing is Mariota. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football, even from the best at every level. Nothing more to do but shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be right back your way.
Throwing now off the play action. Dumped off to his running back. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. Inside give to Krosky-Merritt. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
He was brought down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Mariota now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Intended for Deebo Samuel.
Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And that means 3rd down coming up. Another look for him, Brock. And hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch, and it's a look for that was...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the set.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
So on 4th down, on comes Matt Gay to try the field goal for the Commanders. It's a 38-yard look here.
38-yard attempt.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Even the best kickers on earth, they'll miss one every once in a while, and it stinks. I guarantee you he wants that one back. But all he can do now is push forward. Short memory, best kickers always have, and convert the next time around.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Receiver in motion going left. The shotgun, they'll get to him inside. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Commanders make the recovery.
Holding offense.
So holding on the offense, Brock, and a quick declination from the defense. That turnover will stand. They'll start this series with an option left. Only able to get back to the line on that 1st down play, so no gain.
Taken down at the 19-yard
Just a nice little reminder that this QB is more than a passer. They're going to call his number as a runner, too, especially if these defenses don't account for it.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
So far, this script has dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Samuel comes in motion left. Third and long for him here. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Roughing the passer, defense.
3rd down stop. They were walking off the field, but that offense, Brock, that offense didn't move. They saw roughing the passer, and they are ready to continue this drive. In trouble now, and the ball is out. And it looks like the Dolphins have it. And they can't cobble a return together, but they do have the football. They've got it on their side of the field.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play. No one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard, and it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with H.A. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
2 and out from the gun. Puts some air under it, deep down the left. Big gain downfield. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins start to fight back with their first points in this game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins cut it to a field goal game.
Dolphins 7.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Returning it from the 4. Shoots away. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders and running back Jacory Kronsky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. First call here coming from the shotgun. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty.
Kronsky-Merritt on his own read. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, nice little run. This is at the table.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Running once again with Kronsky-Merritt. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to it. They give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go play action. He's in trouble, and the Dolphins get him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
So a dime look defensively from the Dolphins here on this 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Cox, this is Lane. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
13 yards. First down, Washington.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the red zone now. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, the goal in a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Mariota to throw. Hits him on the out route. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
A 31-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll double their lead to 6.
You know, you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff.
Kickoff for Washington.
Washington now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
On the return.
Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. It's Achane on the inside give. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
1st down.
These runs, you get maybe a couple of them a game, right, Kate? He breaks that one, and we see him start the foot race. I think we were all rooting for the touchdown just a little bit. That's the type of effort that deserves to finish it in the end zone.
Chain again. And he hits the lane for 9 into enemy territory.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got to rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Let's stick with Achane. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
For a Dolphins.
Well, look at here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Staying on the ground here with Achane. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That's Trey Amos, rookie 2nd rounder on the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. Quick slant taken in by Waddle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
16 more yards. That's another Dolphins 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he's got to fight for it and get in. Touchdown! The Dolphins tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. defense.
So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Commanders and running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all. They try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He can run it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
It's a gain of 6. And the Washington first down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Mariota. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line.
A gain of 22
They get 22
yards.
on that one.
First down,
And the Commanders
Washington.
will have a first.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
Going from the gun here. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Back to throw, Mariota. Jump off, caught by his back. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And that brings up 4th and long.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure. The cover guys go shut it down.
And they're trying to will it further, but it just doesn't have the muster. This one falls short. And they fail to claim that lead. They're still down by a point.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, anytime you see a player tapping his chest, I'm not a great lip reader, but I know exactly what that says. My bad. My fault. Quarterback delivers him a good ball. He knows that's one he should have caught.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Throwing again, here's Tua. Here's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. That pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Loss of 6 yards. And it's third down.
All right, Brock, 2-minute warning in Madrid. It's the Dolphins. In trouble. It's third and real long here. They bring the tight end in motion. Tagovailoa facing third and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
Giving up a touchdown on that last possession, you've got to come back and answer. And they found one on the last couple plays. Recovered a little footing for themselves here defensively and put this offense behind the sticks.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. The Commanders are headed back out there now, led by Marcus Mariota. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to throw, Mariota. Has him on the quick hitter. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Out of bounds at the
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Second down now, 7 to go. Gets it from the gun. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle on the play by the first rounder out of Michigan, Kenneth Grant.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in the game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Third down from the gun. It's caught by McLaurin. And he has enough for that first down, but look at his teammates. They know something's up. Everybody looking at that flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. From the gun on third down. Throwing across his body, it backfires. Interception. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They motion the tight end over. Short pass brought in. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Could I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Tua off the play fake. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
False start, offense.
So the penalty is going to back them up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for third down. Backed up by an unforced error, and this is 3rd and 7. Throw here, third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Get him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and he gets him a first down.
And the Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
One final shot before the half. He's keeping it. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins will extend their lead as time expires in the half. Tua Tagovailoa with the touchdown. Patterson on for the extra point. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Wish we had more, Brock, but still a couple of quarters left to play here in Madrid as we are underway in our second half. Eskridge on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the third. They certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Running left, here's Achane. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Achane here out of the gun. And they're ready for him at the line. Couldn't manage anything there.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're in long for him here. This one's caught. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Finally some justice for the quarterbacks. They're so rarely protected in today's game, Brock. The refs saw roughing the passer, and his side gets a first down plus some yardage.
You take it down a notch, all right? You haven't been hit by the guys in this league. And you got to protect these poor, fragile quarterbacks. In this case, move the sticks as well.
They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. There's a chance with the middle. It's inside the 10. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins grow the lead coming out of halftime. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
That one right down the middle.
Makes the score.
And the Dolphins lead by 15 now.
Commanders 13.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Here's Mariota now. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw.
Incomplete.
And now it's 2nd down.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the
Yikes,
coverage.
as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Another throw here on 2nd down. Finds a seam down the middle. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
2nd down now. They need 7. Throwing is Mariota. Into the hands of his running back, Krusty Merritt. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Nearly a big play by the safety, and I guess you could still say it was, but it benefits the offense as he gets called for roughing the passer. They'll run here following the penalty. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Mariota. Completed to his running back. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Wayne motioning left. Shotgun now on third down. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's fourth down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams with field goals, you've got a great chance to win.
And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders start the second half with some needed points. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders get it back to within one score.
Makes the score Dolphins 28. Commanders 20.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Washington now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Going play action, Tagovailoa. Flush down out to his left. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
As a quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
2nd and 3 now. Here's 2 on the keeper. Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there. They catch it behind the line. Well, I don't expect that loss to keep them from utilizing the option at all moving forward, Brock, but I do expect it to keep them from leaning on it too heavily.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. It's too valuable a piece of their game plan. You want to make that defense defend it, but they did it a whole lot better that time.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt.
For the Dolphins.
And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely. That'll be a touchback. The Commanders are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. And they were not blessed with the short field they got on their prior drive. This one is a world away as they begin deep on their own side. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here, Kronsky-Merritt. They're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, off to the 30. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Going to the ground again on first. And he picks up a good chunk of yards here. Looks to be about 7. He's up to the 37.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Mariota. Forced out to his right. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Mariota to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out.
17 yards.
That play good for 17 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
His quick pass caught outright. Works it down to the 37. Brought down by Rasul Douglas.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Here he goes on the boot. Caught by his back. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5 right up next to that line of game.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it or, in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. He has it on the QB sneak. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
You know what? It's a pretty doggone impressive feat of strength to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming.
On now is Matt Gay to try this Commander's field goal. All spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. And this one had a great chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Tagovailoa. He's trying to push the field. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone.
That's good for
one of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
1st and 10 at the
best
20-yard
offenses
line.
in the league, and I don't really care what level it is, Kate. They stretch it vertically, and they'll stretch you horizontally. You show them that same look and just push the ball vertical, they'll catch onto it. If you start to mix and match and run these guys across the field, you become dangerous.
And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
16 yards.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
H.M. goes the wrong way and he's going to lose several here.
Well, that safety came flying, and we know he is never afraid to mix it up. And he loves to dish out a big hit.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. From the pocket, isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Third down
I
and
know the
goal.
scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Backed up all the way to the 17 now for 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's going to score a touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins lead by 14. Devon Achane with the touchdown. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used a pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to stay on the field and make a throw. He gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Commanders 20.